Hi everyone, happy Sunday. So here is the big video of the month, the completed pages video, and as you can see I actually had quite a few this month, so I was pretty proud of that. Not only do I have quite a few, I have quite a few non-color by number books, which is pretty awesome. So let me put all these aside. So this is a completed pages and Instagram showcase video for my tag watercolor summer 2023. As long as Instagram cooperates, I've got a tablet in here, hopefully it's charged. But briefly, so first let's look at the planner stats, then we'll look at the non-color by number, color by number, and then the showcase. So as always, jump links will be in the description. This will be split in the chapters, so you can just jump around to the things that interest you, and I completely understand. So I've done a pretty good job in keeping up with my planner. Today I had to add a few pages real quick that weren't prettied up, that I realized that I wanted to add. For those that are wondering, I get my planner supplies from Hubman and Chub Girl online. I might put their link in the description. But here is July, and I did a lot better job this month keeping up with what days I colored on and what days I did videos on. As you can see, the last 2 weeks have been really heavy video wise. Which is great. I just don't know how long I can keep this momentum up. I already have, I could do videos almost every day next week if I had the time. I have so many ideas and things I want to do, but I've got to pull myself back a little because I'm gonna burn out trying to I don't have the time to do all those videos, so I'm gonna have to just put out the videos when I can, but a lot better stats this month. I didn't check this every single day, but every 2 or 3 days I was able to get in here, and having the other planner helped a lot too. Buddy colors, I did 2 this month, both with Tammy Colors 2. I did part of our Moon Valley double page spread, which is the dragon, and then just right under the wire yesterday, the last big picture I completed was the crystals, dragon and baby dragons. I have a Modern Girls and Cats page with Poet Spice, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be, oh my gosh, that looks awful. That doesn't look any better. I don't know. Anyway, I think I know which page we're doing, but I needed to check whether I just ran out of time this month. It's from Modern Girls and Cats. It's a recent book I bought from I think 70 East Books, and it's made by the same person who did The Story of Precious Cat, and I can't think of their name offhand. But that's going to be for August, and that'll probably be part of my tag. Hashtags I participate in, I did a few this month, which is better than previous months, but I do want to be able to fill out this page, and then my plan for next month is to fill it out and then just highlight the ones that I was actually able to participate in. Of course, as I mentioned, I'm co-hosting Watercolor Summer 2023 with Tammy Colors 2. It is going through from July to September, so that will still be going on next month. So my point system went pretty well for the month. I still have some points to acquire today and tomorrow, so it's not completely finished. I tried to start a list down here and quickly ran out. If you're curious, I assign 5, 10, 15 points to different tasks around the house, planning, making videos, anything that's I consider productive that's not work related, because kind of have to work, so I don't feel like that's fair. But it's actually been really successful. I had some really good momentum at the first of the month, and then my body's been giving me trouble the last few weeks, and so it slowed down a little. But as of this point, I have 570 points for the month, um, for sure. But I think it'll be a little more than that. And 25 points gets me a book. So completed pages, I did 26 pages for the month. All of them are listed here. These were 2 new pages I'm going to start doing each month, and I'll pretty them up a bit, but for today I just wanted to get the stats down. Completed pages stats, I did 7 non-color by number pages this month, 19 color by number. I colored in 5. When I say new books, I mean uncolored books is what I probably should have said. Total books colored in 14, and then a list of the mediums used. I used quite a bit this month, which I was really proud of. Markers, water-based and alcohol-based. I used 3 sets of pencils: Starjoy pencils, Arctic pencils, and Prismacolor pencils, regular colored pencils. Derwent pastel pencils, Museum aquarelles or watercolor pencils, Dreamland watercolors and Kuretake watercolors, glazed gel pens, glitter gel pens, stickles, and acrylic paint markers. So I used a nice variety this month. I was really pleased with this, particularly the pencils, because y'all know I just don't use colored pencils all that often. So new books. This I am close to my points. Here at the last week or two, I've gotten less productive and more wanting to buy. So I borrowed a few of my points, like literally 10 or 20. So like this will even out, and I will actually either break even or come a few points ahead at the end of the month. But these are all the books I bought for the month. I am counting pre-orders the month they arrive. I am counting any book orders the month they arrive. Otherwise, this list would look even worse. I'm going to count them. They're just not being counted this month. And I might be cheating a little, but you know, this is my system. So they will be counted. That just means I've got to get it together for August. And and that's one of the reasons. Usually I wait till the weekend after the start of the month to do completed pages, but this time I knew this week was going to be so busy that I wanted to go ahead and do this. All right. Non-color by number books. Easy Summer by Joshua Dunbar. This was a uncolored book before this. This is a fairly new release, either this month or last month. And I did this page. It was at the beginning of the month, but man, oh man, it feels like it happened 2 or 3 months ago. It is just, I don't know. It feels like it's just been so long. This was a watercolor summer 2023 page and demo where I tried out the new Caran d'Ache Museum aquarelles I got, and then shaded with Derwent pastel pencils and added a little bit of glitter gel pen on him. There it goes. You can see a little shine on him. I loved this picture. I had so much fun with it. It was such an easy picture to do. I instantly wanted to do another picture just like this and never got back to it, which I'm kind of bummed about. Actually, I need to hold on to this one. You can already see the pastels trying to rub off a little, so I need to spray this picture with like a finishing spray. Christmas in July. I love this book. This is probably my favorite book by Ava Brown right now. I've only done 2 pictures in it, one each for July, and I'm so bummed because again I wanted to do at least one more picture in this book this month, and I didn't get a chance. So we might just be coloring in this outside of July, or maybe this will be my Christmas coloring. So I did this page where he is hanging out in his little pool floaty. Just markers, alcohol markers with using like a darker marker to do just some basic outlines and shading. Then I added a white gel pen for the waves, and he's got a little bit of glitter gel pen on his glasses, on his shorts, And the flamingo's got it on his little snorkel kit. And then I added some classic Christmas colors to this little gift right here. So these are such fun pictures. They really are. I want to color in these more, and they're just, like I said, just marker pictures. They're just fun. They're just fun. What do I want to show next? Island Cuties. This is also a first color in the book. This is by Joshua Dunbar. I was really hoping to get a few more pictures done by him and Alexander Franzese this month, and so I was able to get 2, which doesn't typically happen, so I was pretty proud of that. Did this one just hanging out in the room, in the living room one night. I think it was Friday night I did this one. And just did the typical marker thing I do, which is straight color with marker, then go over with a slightly darker shade. I used a palette for this one as a base, this 079 from Sarah Renee Clark's Color Cube. I did add the green in because I just cannot go with just 5 colors. Oh gosh. And I wanted to make his little song colored, like I wanted this to have a color to it. I wish I had picked like a light gray or something other than the green. I don't know, but. And then I did a whole lot of glitter gel pen on this because it's a fox playing the guitar, so I figure it needs to have a glittery fantasy element about it. Very cute. I still don't know what I'm doing with the white highlights. If anybody knows anyone that's got a good video for that, I need to go looking myself. Let me know, because I really need to get better at that. Every time I get that white gel pen in my hand, I start to get nervous, and of course then it ends up being a disaster. I want to use this palette probably in this other book I'm going to show you in a few minutes, so that's why I'm holding on to it. Very beginning of the month, I finished this page in a color and chat. I'll try to put things up in the top right. Like I should have mentioned this with the Easy Summer one of the videos that I did these in, if you guys want to go check those out. So this was a color and chat at the very beginning of the month where I finished this picture. It's from Moon Valley. This is man, that's one thing I forgot I was doing, is I forgot to mention the hashtags that I was using. I'm going to list them in the description, because I've got mine, but like there were others that I participated in on Instagram with the pictures I just showed you. So like Christmas in July, July Color Your Hoard, I think Animals in 2023. There were a couple tags, so I'll just put them all in the description. If they have YouTube videos or Instagram handles, I will link to them. This is part of a double page buddy color I have with Tammy. We decided we would start with the dragon first, and this dragon is very interesting. This is a tale of 2 different Michelles when it comes to colored pencil. First off, I used a black Posca marker to black out the background for both. I was thrilled. I was happy with how it did this side, not so much the other side. Maybe I just needed to shake it more, so further testing is required. But I used Arctic pencils and then some glitter gel pen on the dragon, which is really hard to see, but he does shine a little bit. There we go. So yeah, a tale of 2 different Michelles. I did the page up to here in the background in one session where I felt a little more relaxed and a little more willing to go lighter with my pencil pressure and pick some super non-vibrant colors with the exception of the sunset. Then I picked it back up at the beginning of July where I was a little more stressed, and went back to my heavier pressure, really vibrant colors. And then the glitter gel pen. So it works. It works okay. It's funny to me, which like I said, it kind of makes sense because I want you to focus on the foreground and the background's a little more faded. So just something I've got to remember in the future. If I'm not ready, if I use a certain type of technique on a picture and I walk away, I don't need to go back to that picture till I'm ready to use that same technique. It's just being consistent, right? And then we'll tackle that one next. I have an idea for that one already. Just gotta get to it over here. Baby dragons. This is another buddy color with Tammy Colors 2. I am actually, this might be the first non-color by number book I finish. It's 2 sets of like 24 images, and I will have the first set complete before the end of the year is the plan. We are buddy coloring our way through the end of the book. She has a few more finished pictures left than pictures to finish than I do. So I'm just being kind of laid back about it, and I'm like, if I can get it for the end of the year, that would be very cool. So I really didn't like this picture to color in it, and I procrastinated and procrastinated, and I had an idea, and then when I went to color it, I was too lazy to execute what I wanted to do very well, and so I figured stickles will fix everything. So this is the crystal dragon that's in the book, and I used alcohol marker as a base, and then I used Arctic's acrylic paint markers to try to lighten the lines. It didn't white out the lines completely, and I also used like a lighter color orange on the dragon that just lightened the lines. It didn't really cover them up. Went over all those, did some pencil shading with Arctic's pencils, and then and like I said, I was going to follow like a crystal tutorial and really take my time with them, but I was out of patience by that point. I just wanted to shade. And anyway, and then at the end I'm like, okay, well, it's a crystal dragon. We've got to cover this in stickles so that everything is all shiny and sparkly. I could have added glossy accents too, but I figured this was enough shine for one picture. It's never enough, Michelle. It's never enough. So I don't hate them. I don't hate the picture. It's not one of my absolute favorites, but it's not also one of my least favorites either. It's just kind of in the middle there. So yeah, I've got the robot dragon, and very last one, this one left. So he was also one that I'm not looking forward to. I'm thinking I'm going to be using some metallic watercolors on him. Summer Mandalas by Alexandra Franzese. She just put out another one called Y2K Mandalas. I was really hoping, actually I wanted to use that swatch from Island Cuties in that one and didn't get a chance. But I colored one in here. It's also a fresh book to color in. I hadn't colored in yet. So I did this page, and I used this palette, which I actually used twice. That was one thing I noticed this month. I used quite a few of these palettes. This is 68. I used quite a few of these palettes this month, and it made things a lot easier, but I also had to end up adding a couple colors to them. Usually, I don't think I did in this picture, but in a lot of the other pictures, in the non-mandala pictures, I tend to add colors, so they're kind of an inspirational jumping off point. So this was a fun little beach one. I used a black glaze. Well, I used glazed gel pens, so the black and then the pink one here in the middle, and then like I think this was a blue glitter gel pen, but it turned out really nice. I was very happy with it. Yeah, that black glazed gel pen got a bit of a workout this month. So, did I write down? Yeah, okay. I'm going to start trying to keep up with what palettes I use, and I need to start jotting down when I color these images. Because when I was trying to do the 5 years of coloring video, I had to rely on like Instagram a lot to remember what I colored when, and my channel. So I gotta start dating these suckers. And finally, probably my favorite page of the month, one of my favorites of the year, New to Color In book, Hawaii Tarot by Lulu Mayo. I also used this palette, but I added in some purple, and I can't remember what else. I had swatched some new Dreamland and Kuretake watercolors I had come in, and they're like shimmery, iridescent, metallic watercolors. I really wanted to use them in the picture because I hadn't used them yet, and so we did this one, which just turned out absolutely gorgeous. It is, like I said, the Dreamland, some of the Dreamland watercolors, and the Kuretakes, like the purple and the gold, and then I think the Dreamlands are the rest of them. Oh, I put the green in this one too. And then did Tombow markers on part of it, filled in with Prismacolor pencils on top of that, and then outlined everything in a black glazed gel pen, and then also filled in those any little black spots, because of course there's a black on this. So this turned out amazing. I was so pleased with this, and would love to do this throughout the book, kind of make this the theme, and use these. So this took, you know, some effort, and not too many layers of the watercolor, and the page handled the watercolor really well. I used an alcohol marker on the edge, so that's there, but like there was a little bit of bleed through from one of them, but I'll have to test in a double-sided book. I just didn't want to cover up the but like, wouldn't this be cool if I was using some of the metallic watercolors in the water? Like, I don't know, I'm thinking it's going to be a theme for the book. Alright, to kind of bridge the gap between the non-color by number and color by number, we'll do the Disney books. I think I'm most disappointed I couldn't get more of these done. I could only do the one. I only had time for the one. And I'm working my way front to back through this book. So this is the Disney Felines one, and this is the picture. This is the first time I started using the acrylic markers, the Arctics in particular, so the background's a little bit of a learning curve with those, but I can already tell y'all that's going to be my favorite, probably one of my favorite things to use in these books. I also used, I think, the Faber-Castell Gold Faber water-based markers. I don't know if I used one of the big brush Pitt pens on this one. I don't think so. I think it was just the paint markers and then that Gold Faber with the color. One thing I learned, by the way, about the Arctics markers, I showed y'all 2 sets. There's actually 2 other sets out there. There's like an A and a B set, and it's very complicated. In my next supply haul, I'll show you the new ones and like try to explain how you get them all, because they should just put them all in a set at this point. It's kind of silly. But that gives me even more color options for this. But yeah, no, other than that, I just ran out of time. So I couldn't do more of the Disney books, and I was super bummed. Alright, color by number. I finished not 1, but 2 books this month, which is a first for me. Stylish Animals by Belba Family. I had 2 left. This one, which was surprisingly, I feel like, the most complicated one of the book because of all the different flowers in the background. I use mostly water-based markers on here. Usually just I'll add in alcohol markers if I'm lazy for black, because my black water-based is long gone. And yeah, so it's mostly water-based. So those were the two to finish up there. I worked front to back in this one just because you can see that video on my list of videos for the month. And then last night I showed you guys my finished book, Hawaii Pets, Mosaic Color by Number by Alice Mills Publishing. It's the premium paper edition, and this is my first finished book by them. Is it my first finished book by Bella Family? I think so. I use alcohol markers in here. That's going to be a pain. Oh, I'll just do like I did last night. We'll just put it over here so you can see it better. Here's my bunny, my tan pig, the hamster with his cookie, which I think is one of the cutest ones in here, Calico Frolic, and Playful Cheepoo. So I worked back to front in this one as well, just because I didn't want to make it hard to read the numbers on the sides. So that was super cool. I was pretty happy about that. Halloween Ceramic Tiles, Color by Number by Prachi Dewan Sachdeva. I am trying to finish one of her books before the end of the year. It was down between this one and Easter. It's like the first half of the year I'll color the Easter pictures. The second half is the Halloween ones, kind of based on my mood. And so I made the executive decision to make this one the one to complete. So I've got about 10 left. Sorry, let me get to, so I think I did 3 in here, and these are really fun quick colors with alcohol markers. I think, like I said, I've got about 10 pages left in that one. Wildcats, Color by Number by Eclipse. This is also, it's probably going to be this book. I do want to try to finish a book by them at the end of the year. I'm working back to front in this one. These are really cool, but they're oddly time consuming, I guess because of all the different dots. I do use the dot markers, the shell art dot markers and alcohol markers in this. Like my lighting changed about halfway through somehow. I love the background on this. It's very 70s. If there are numbers in those white dots, they're too small for me to see. I just said, okay, that's just gonna have some white in the background. And that's a light pink, though it looks white there. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, there we go. Stained Glass Halloween. I'd like to finish a stained glass book by Sachin Sachdeva. It'd be great if I could do it this year, though I've already finished his Cute Cats book, so I won't be too devastated. But I love his stained glass series, and of course, again, from now till probably close to December, I'm going to be heavily wanting to color Halloween stuff. So there's one page. Already did that one. I thought this was a real fun page with the colors and the different color ghosts. And these spiders are cute enough and generic enough that they don't stress me out, so. And then this one. I don't know how many I have. I probably still have a little bit under half the book left on that one. And finally, This was Alexander Francis's newest release before Y2K mandalas, color by number fairy houses. I did do the very first one in this book. I did try to do the, one shade and then the darker shade as an outline. You can see it a little bit, not too much. And I had a little bit of streakiness. Those magic box markers are great, except they just don't put out a lot of ink, and so they can be a bit streaky, so I have to be kind of careful with those. But I was happy with how it turned out. I've been trying to decide, do I want to work, I'll probably go back and forth some, but do I want to work mostly from the Gardens one or this one? And I think I'm going to stick with the Gardens one for a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to see. Stupid nap. Alright, so that is the completed pages portion of the video. Let me see if I can pull up Instagram, and I just about dropped a whole pile of stickers. Let me see if I can pull up Instagram, and we will do the watercolor summer showcase for July. Okay, hopefully this is everybody. I think Instagram changed it to where it's only showing you top posts instead of all posts. So if I miss your picture in here, it's honestly because Instagram's not showing me, and so we'll hopefully that's all it is. So let me, I got a new Samsung tablet because I was going to do digital planning, and that didn't work because I didn't like it. So now I have this really nice tablet, and I don't know what to do with it. I could try digital coloring, I guess. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Seems like a little more than my patience level is willing to go through. Let me turn this light off and see. Okay. Well, that's the best we're going to get. So, alright. So we have Debbie Hatton, Debbie _ Hatton, Fantasy Houses Color by Number, done with watercolor markers. That is very cute. I do love the Fairy Houses color by number book a lot. And that's why I'm also like, I kind of want to go back and forth on her color by number books. But I also want to finish one of her books, so I'm struggling. But this is very cute. I love the colors chosen. Thank you for participating, Debbie. From Ren _ Kelly, also here on YouTube. I think it's Ren's Coloring Craze. I hope that's right. Arteza watercolor pencils out of, I bet this is Vacation Miniatures, just a guess, by Camellia Angelkova. And love this. I think watercolor pencils are like the way to go when you want to add watercolor to Amazon paper. Like, it's a great way to use it without making the paper fragile. I don't think that's related to us. This was the official announcement. Any picture with water-based mediums, so that could be water-based markers too, and watercolors and everything in between. Even acrylic paint will work because it's got water added to it. This is from, if I mispronounce, and I need to follow her, if I mispronounce your Instagram handle, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at these things. Dana's Coloring Obsession. This is from Spirit Animals by Hannah Carlzon. Love this picture. I love that metallic shiny background. That is actually how I want to use them next. And I was eyeing a Hannah Carlzon picture, so this is actually really inspiring me and making me think about what I want to do. And plus, I love the witch pictures. So, beautiful picture. Merry Full Colors from the Flying Whales coloring book. Love this. Love the stars in the background there. This reminds me a little bit of the Cosmic Ocean book I have, but I love the colors of the whale. Very pretty. Very pretty color choices. Like that very much. That was mine where I finished the Stylish Animals book. Merry Full Colors from the Relax Art coloring book. Yes, I need a vacation too. Preferably a little island away from people would be great. So that is really beautiful. Thank you for participating. Art, Light, Life. There we go. Trying something new. Done completely in watercolor over satin glazing liquid. Love to see this. This is from Nightfall by Maria Trolle. I did this last year and had so much fun doing it with treating the page and then going over it with different layers of watercolor to create like shading and stuff. It's super fun. A great way to use watercolors, and it's weird, like I have patience for that, but I don't have patience to do like intricate pencil shade. I guess everybody's different, right? Like what are you willing to invest your time in? But I love these colors, love the purple background set against all the colorful flowers here. Yeah, I don't have many flowers this year. This makes me wish I had like a wildflower garden or something, and but it's just been so miserably hot and ridiculous this year. We didn't even get out and touch flower beds. Most of them are overgrown with weeds. We've got some daylilies out there that, you know, perform no matter what, thank goodness, to give a little color, but we just decided to let them kind of lay low this year. Plus, a number of our bushes died due to the low temps over the winter. These temperature extremes I really don't think are going away, so we might have to invest in some hardier plants. This is from Selena Klert. From Lulu Mayo's one of her coloring books. The bears in the washer or the dryer, one way or another. This is actually a little terrifying looking. They look terrified and dizzy at the same time. But it is still a very cute picture. Love the colors. This one's from Poet Spice. By the way, we'll put a plug in for her, one of her hashtags. She does have Hot Guy Summer for Poet going on right now. And that's actually one of my plans, to color in a book for her tag next month. I have the book I need. I want to color in. Anyway, this is a page from Critical Role, The Mighty Nine. I'm really curious about this book because I got to know about Critical Role through Legend of Vox Machina, which is on Amazon, and my husband's talked about them some too, and I didn't even know they had a coloring book out, so I'm very interested in this. Ink tints, pans, and pencils. I have a lot of trouble with the pans, but I've seen Poet and some other people using them very successfully this month, so I think I'm gonna have to watch some videos with them. But looks like ink tints and then some shading on the top of it. Very cool picture. Love how he's just kind of chilling behind that curtain, just waiting, or taking a nap. Maybe he's taking a nap. Maybe he's laying on something and he's taking a nap. I don't know. Either that or he's lying in wait to spring on somebody. Kaleidoscope Colors from Joanna Basford's 30 Days of Creativity, using the Albrecht Dürer Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. Those are also very good. I've only used them once. In a Creative Haven book last year, Teresa Goodrich book, and I really liked them, and just I really need to get back into using my watercolor pencils, but I love how she used the stencil here, and this is just a really fun picture. I love the little small pictures too, because this probably, between that and the watercolor pencils, took didn't take a ton of time. So Merry Full Colors. This looks like Lost Ocean. Love the background there. And oh, the baby seahorse is a sticker. Oh, that's really cool though. You match the colors up with the sticker, so it actually looks like it totally was originally in the picture. So that is very cool. Love the background there. You guys come up with the most, and this is why I do one of the reasons I do watercolor summer. Like, it can be such a challenge for me. Like, as long as I have control with the watercolor pencils or the watercolor, um, I'm okay. But once I get to like mixing them kind of like this, I get freaked out and I don't like how loose it looks. And then I look at everybody else's pages and I'm like, they're amazing. Why am I scared of that? And I don't know. I think this is Live to Color. The koala from Mystic Animals. Ooh, I just saw that book the other day and I was like, I want to color in that. Beautiful page. I love the purple background with the green leaves and the yellow. Like, this is this is my jam when it comes to color choices. I love it. Faber-Castell watercolor pencils and white gel pen. Very pretty. I love it. I love it. I love seeing people use water in their books. And uh, that is all it's going to show me. So let me, which is fine. If that's all we have for the month, I am perfect. I love each and every one of these. We could have 2 or 3 a month. We could have 200. I love them all. I love seeing people try water in their books. It can be a challenge even depending on what type of paper you have and everything. This was also watercolor month. So a lot of people were using water in their books, which I love. I watched a great completed pages last night. Be Cozy Coloring. Be like BEECOSY Coloring. If you don't follow her on Instagram or YouTube, I highly recommend you do, because she's amazing. First off, like, her work is stunning. But secondly, in her completed pages on YouTube, she like really embraced watercolor month and used all kinds of watercolors in all kinds of different ways. So if you're looking for like some, I think she has a couple where she shows like a little bit of what she's doing. If you want some inspiration, like, I highly recommend her completed pages for July and June, because it's amazing. And all these pictures here as well are great for inspiration. Like I said, I love that metallic background. I love the watercolor pencils in the Amazon books. Those of y'all that use water-based markers, like, I'm in awe. I tried just a little bit to use the water-based Tombos in the Lulu Maya book, and I was already getting irritated because they don't flow as easily as the alcohol markers. But I got to get used to using them if I want to use marker in my double page books. But like the pencils, the just using watercolor on paper with it being treated, like, and then the water-based markers, like, you all inspire me. It's amazing. Okay. Well, why does that look so... Does that help at all? Helps a little. I got to figure out this lighting situation. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the month. Like I said, I got a couple more days to earn some points. Most of it will be through creating my planning for the next month. Tuesday is going to be a pretty busy week, and so that was one of the reasons I wanted to go ahead and do this. And plus, I haven't been feeling great this weekend. I woke up yesterday and I had like a lymph node under one of my arms aching, and I know it's exactly what it was. And like, I haven't had that happen since I had mono like 10 years ago, so I don't know what that was about, but I felt pretty lousy the last few days and very frustrated because, as you guys have seen, I'm trying so hard to keep up with planning and building good healthy habits. I had stopped getting on the elliptical and I had to roll back how much meditation I was doing because of the chest soreness I've been having. And then this is coming on, which makes me feel like I'm doing too much because now my body's acting like it's sick, and it's just this is so frustrating. It's so hard to keep consistent with this kind of stuff because this is what always happens, no matter how slow I try to go. So the last week or so has been kind of frustrating. However, this was probably the best coloring month I've had for 2023. I felt inspired to try a lot of different things, watching other people's videos and using a variety of my supplies, actually getting back in there with marker again and creating the marker pages that I love to do, and using pencils. Wasn't 100% pleased always with how they came out, but I used them. And I realized that I need to use them more often and get better at using them. I've got the watercolor bases down really well. It's just the pencil shading on top that I struggle with. And just being able to use my color cube palettes, I did really well with that. It felt like a good coloring month, and I don't want to lose this momentum, but I'm afraid like August and September and October are going to get really busy again, and I'm going to lose the motivation for it. But there's nothing I can do to control that right now. So all I can do is just enjoy when I have the time to color, and I feel like doing this kind of stuff, taking the time to enjoy it at the moment, and then just knowing it'll come back around in the future, maybe not as soon as I want it to, but I'll have that opportunity again. So, just quick update on videos. I really, really wanted to get to that Hannah Lynn picture with the graph tint and the metallic pencils, but I don't think that's going to happen this week. That's probably going to have to either be Sunday or next Wednesday. Oh shoot, I said I was going to do it. Yeah, so Tuesday or Wednesday I'm going to do a planner and plans video for August. Friday will be probably another flip through Friday, or maybe Thursday. And then Friday I'm going to do my book haul up to this point, mostly just July. Saturday I'm going to try to do a live stream. Next weekend it's going to be a giveaway live stream celebrating 5 years on YouTube, 3,000 subscribers, like all the things that have happened the past few months kind of rolled together. That's the plan, as long as I don't wake up feeling like this next weekend. Yeah, so the canoe graph tent picture might have to wait till the following Wednesday. I'd love to try to squeeze it in there. I just don't think I'm going to have time. But that's okay. I did 2 watercolor pages in July, which was more than I anticipated. And then I have 1, 2, 3 planned at least for like demo videos for August. So if we hit 2 or 3 a month, hey, I'm happy enough with that. So, alright guys, I hope you have a good rest of the weekend. Let me know if you have a favorite picture in the comments. Thank you again to anybody that participated in Watercolor Summer 2023. If I missed your picture, I promise it wasn't because I did it on purpose. It's because Instagram's not letting me see it. So just leave your Instagram handle in the comments and I'll go look for it and I'll add it to the next showcase video. I'll make sure to bookmark it so that we can make sure we get everybody. So anyway, thanks guys for watching, and bye for now.